What did you say? Oh, you go. I'm passing.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sigma Compound on the Bourgeois Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512-379, 0777-512-379, or 0777-255-030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
Robbie, what are you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
He said, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, I'm going to 20 pop. Put it to each kid. We are living sense in her.
It's about musical. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you know. can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the real authority. Let it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. My part of report. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. On the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Oh, yes, from the city to the interior, Crime Stoppers is keeping us safe. As a matter of fact, they are bringing safety to our doors. Good morning to you, folks, and welcome to the Thursday edition. I'm sorry, that's the Tuesday edition of the program from the Print News. And this program is brought to you by Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction, and our one and only Crime Stoppers Liberia. Good morning and welcome. My name is Wendell Nimne, and I'm here with Esther Daco. Esther, good morning.
Good morning, Wendell, and good morning to the good people of Liberia. It's good to be back on another presentation of the program Print News. I'm right here.
Let me say thank you for ably coordinating the affairs on the yesterday while I was away. I want to say thanks to you, and thanks for always being there. All right, so folks, that's it. You have been blocked. For what reason? Please, I don't know what's going on, but please let's call in the IT guy to check it up for us. So, Chris, if you are out there and listening, please, we need your assistance in here. So, Esther and I, together with the USA team that will shortly join us. Esther, do we have Gus?
Gus just sent me a message. He's in the back. He will join us soon.
Okay. So we have in our studio this morning, we have two local dailies. We have the Inquirer newspaper and the Front Page Africa newspaper. So let's begin the reading. But before we do, I'd like to recognize Mr. Wilmot F. Smith, former deputy at Legis, celebrates his birthday today. And I want to wish you all the best as you celebrate your birthday today, Mr. Wilmot F. Smith, deputy there at Legis. Happy birthday to you. Take a birthday treat from the Print News crew. And today is also the birthday of her baby sister, Miss Tina Blair of the borough of New Crew Town. So, like I said, Esther and I will be sharing with you the Front Page Africa newspaper and the Inquirer. And so I'm going to begin now with the top stories here on the Front Page Africa newspaper. Seeking damages, suspended NAFA director Edmund Glasgow files $10 million lawsuit against Liberian government at ECOWAS court. And that's the leading story down the Inquirer. So I'm going to leave that. Esther is going to bring us the detail.
And we move on to business news. It says major upgrades on the way. Salamita, Liberia enhances rail infrastructure amid ongoing multi-user debate. And then let's get to some judicial beat. Tempted to lie. Momo David accused Fagon of coercion to falsely implicate Chinese businessman of torture. And let's get to the big stories. Leaked documents expose alleged corruption at Wash Commission. Linking Deputy Speaker Falah. Questionable withdrawals. The leaked documents detail a series of over-the-counter cash withdrawals from the Commission's account at the Central Bank of Liberia, CBL, allegedly executed by Snowden. These transactions reportedly violated Liberia's anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism. That's of terrorism, AML/CFT law of 2021, which restricts cash withdrawals to a maximum of US $10,000 per transaction. Colley alleges that Snowden bypassed these regulations, withdrawing as much as US $200,000 in a single day. And let's read few lines from this story. Let's get to few lines. Very, very interesting. I was following Spoon Talk last night, and this was the talking point. So let's see. It says here, leaked financial documents have raised serious allegations of financial mismanagement and unauthorized withdrawals at the National Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene Commission, implicating Deputy Speaker Thomas Falah in an apparent corruption scheme. The documents, obtained and published by activist Martin Colley, revealed that over $31.7 million Liberian dollars and US 316,200 were withdrawn from the Commission's operational account under suspicious circumstances during the administration of former President George Weah. Colley's report directly links Falah to the mismanagement, claiming that the Deputy Speaker used his influence to position Francis C. Snowden, a close associate and current administrator at Falah's private university, as the National Wash Commission Comptroller. Colley alleges that Snowden facilitated the diversion of public funds from the Commission's account. Falah has yet to respond to the allegations. His office did not answer inquiries from Front Page Africa regarding the claims on unauthorized withdrawals. The leaked documents detail numerous over-the-counter cash withdrawals from the Central Bank of Liberia account of the National Wash Commission, allegedly executed by Snowden. These transactions are reported to have violated Liberia's anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism, AML/CFT law of 2021, which limits cash withdrawals to US $10,000 per transaction. According to Colley, Snowden bypassed these restrictions, withdrawing up to $200,000 in a single day. Snowden reportedly explained that the funds were used for the National Wash Commission projects. However, Colley disputes this claim, stating that no verifiable projects were implemented, labeling the explanation as a blatant lie. Colley is challenging Falah and Falah Snowden and others named in the scheme to present financial records that prove the legitimate use of the funds, secret accounts, and ghost employees. Colley further claims that the misappropriated funds were transferred to a secret account at Afriland First Bank, from which they were allegedly distributed among top officials connected to the scheme. He also names two individuals, J. Augustine T. Nyemplu and Marcellinus N. Wifwer, who are said to have cash checks linked to the suspicion transactions despite not being employees of the National Wash Commission. Other figures mentioned in the alleged corruption include Salia O. Kamara, former executive director of the National Wash Commission, Octavia Sampson, director of finance, and Bobby Whitfield, former CEO of the commission. Colley emphasizes that despite the significant sums involved, the National Wash Commission was never intended to function as an implementing agency, further questioning the legitimacy of the withdrawals. The whistleblower testimonies, Colley asserts that two current National Wash Commission employees aware of the irregularities are willing to testify under government protection. He also alleges that Fala used his political influence to obstruct an investigation by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, shielding himself and his associates from scrutiny. This is an open challenge to Deputy Speaker Fala and his associates to prove how these funds were used, Colley said. They have nothing to show because the money was diverted and stolen. Colley is urging President Joseph Boaká's administration to honor its commitment to fighting corruption, pointing to Fala's unexplained wealth, including real estate holdings, businesses, and a private university, as grounds for investigation. Demands for accountability. Colley has called for a comprehensive audit of the National Wash Commission and the National Legislature from 2018 to 2025. He has also appealed to the international organizations, including the U.S. Embassy, European Union, United Nations, and World Bank, to take note of the situation, which he described as institutionalized corruption. This is the real tragedy in Liberia, Colley said. Why millions suffer in extreme poverty, public officials are looting state resources with impunity. But we leave the story right there. You can grab a copy of the front page Africa newspaper. Let's jump to more stories. Majority bloc snubs ECOWAS delegation at Capitol after some members vowed to boycott mediation effort. A political vendetta. A political vendetta? There's a question mark to this caption. Although the House said the groundwork for a formal meeting with Speaker Richard Cohen at a later date as part of ongoing efforts to facilitate discussions between the ECOWAS Commission and the House, the delegation's itinerary indicated that it was scheduled to meet with Speaker Cohen and the majority bloc on Monday. However, the delegation met with the Rule of Law Caucus, where discussions were reportedly successful. In contrast to the alleged hostility from the majority bloc, this follows vows by some members to boycott the meeting in protest against ECOWAS, continued refusal to recognize Richard Namwekon as Speaker, and the ECOWAS Parliament's rejection of the majority bloc's preferred representative. Let's take a few lines from there, and then we send controls to Esther to bring us the Inquirer newspaper. So these are the details of the story or the caption we just brought to you. A standoff occurred at the Capitol building on Monday, March 24, when members of the majority bloc in the House of Representatives snubbed an ECOWAS mediation team delegation over a recognition dispute regarding Majority Bloc Speaker Richard Cohen. The ECOWAS delegation, which arrived in Liberia on Sunday, was in the country to continue mediation efforts aimed at resolving the ongoing leadership dispute within the House. This marks the second attempt by ECOWAS to intervene in the political crisis, following an unsuccessful mediation in 2024. The delegation includes prominent figures such as Professor Ibrahim Abola Gambari, former UN Under Secretary General for Political Affairs, Ambassador Abdel Fattah Musa, ECOWAS Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, and other key officials such as Mr. Ebenezer Asiedu, Head of Democracy and Good Governance at the ECOWAS Commission, among others. The tensions came to a head when the delegation arrived at the Capitol building and addressed Rep. Richard Cohen as Honorable Cohen, rather than Speaker Cohen, a title that the majority bloc insists is crucial for proper protocol. This oversight was seen by the majority bloc as a direct affront to Cohen's office, leading them to demand that the mediation meeting be postponed until proper protocols were observed, including advance notification to Cohen's office. "We cannot accept this," said one member of the majority bloc. "No prior notification was made to the Speaker's office. It is a disregard for the authority of the House, and we refuse to meet under these conditions. We insist the meeting be postponed until proper procedures are followed, including notifying Cohen's office in advance." The situation also brings to the fore the recent rejection by ECOWAS Parliament of Liberia's request to replace 2 members of the House. ECOWAS maintained that the replacements were not warranted, as the members were still within their mandate and had not breached any necessary conditions. The honorable members Samuel Arrow Enders, Senior, Mwamwa Briggs Mensa, and Taze Wongbe do not fall under any of the aforementioned circumstances. Therefore, their replacement cannot be effected. Consequently, the honorable members of the ECOWAS Parliament will continue to serve their mandate until its expiration, in line with the international commitments of the Republic of Liberia, ECOWAS Parliament declared in response to the request. Esther, I think we can stop here and then send controls to you to bring us more developments. And this time around, it's going to be the Inquirer newspaper.
Thank you very much, Wendell. And on the Inquirer this morning, NAFA acting DG Singwe inherits over $3 million in arrears as accused former DG Glasgow takes off to ECOWAS. We'll take some lines of this story. The acting director general of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, Cyrus Singwe, has announced that the leadership is inheriting a staggering $3.1 million in outstanding financial arrears. Singwe revealed that NAFA currently holds just over $450,000 in his bank account, despite receiving over $4 million in 2024 national budget. He further narrated that NAFA was mandated to remit $1.276 million to the LRA, but fall short of that target. However, the revelation comes at a time when the authority is struggling with internal strife, particularly following the suspension of its former Director General, Emma Glasgow, who has now taken legal action against the government. But Singwe, who stepped into the role following Glasgow's suspension, revealed the financial challenges facing NAFA during his official taking over ceremony yesterday, March 24, 2025, at the agency's headquarters in Monrovia. Addressing his NAFA staff, including partners and other government officials, CEMAC disclosed, we now stand at a pivotal junction. Our ongoing Liberia Sustainable Management of Fisheries project supported by the World Bank, currently balancing approximately US 21 million and set to conclude in September of 2026, demonstrates the incredible potential our sector to drive economic growth, enhance livelihoods, and secure food security. According to him, his team has already begun engaging with the World Bank to ensure a very successful conclusion of this project to meet its development objective, noting that the engagement with the project implementation unit recently provided him with the appreciation and confidence that the project term is up to the task to meet these deliverables. He noted, however, despite these opportunities and ongoing efforts, we must also confront page 4, get to completion. Let's just a few more lines and then we can leave. Page 10 is just right here. Okay, we have it. Several pressing challenges that define our current status. I am pleased to announce that we face outstanding financial arrears totaling US 3.1 million. And that includes pending vendor payments over the years, complications involving LIRA, income tax, and NASCOP withholdings that were deducted from staff but never remitted from as far back as 2020. To date, unlawful dismissals where the labor court has ruled in favor of the staff to be paid, and overdue payments to the National Port Authority pose significant hurdles. But we're going to leave you here and look at more stories this morning. Gonglo condemns VP Coon's tribal politics, supports sister wear for Senate. Councillor Tiawon say Gonglo has strongly criticized Vice President Jeremiah Coon over what he described as divisive and tribalistic political rhetoric. Councillor Gonglo's remark come in response to VP Coon's reported comments urging the Ma people and other tribes to step aside and allow the upcoming by-election to favor a candidate from a specific political bloc. Addressing a press conference on Monday, page 10 has a completion of this story. Let's run some lines. Right, we have it. March 24, at his Gonglo and Associates Law Office in Central Monrovia, Councillor Gonglo stressed that Nima County stands at a crucial crossroad. He warned that attempts to foster division along tribal lines threaten the unity and progress of the county. The great county of Nima stands at a pivotal moment. Councillor Gonglo stated, Nima is a county where everyone, regardless of gender, district, or political affiliation, can serve. It is vital that the politically marginalized population of Nima County, including women and members of the Kran, Mandingo, Pele, and Bassa ethnic groups, feel that they are an inclusive part of Nima County. Gonglo emphasized the need for balanced political representation in the Liberian Senate, noting that the ruling Unity Party and its alliance, the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction, already have representation from Nimba. He urged that a true balance can only be achieved by allowing the opposition to hold a seat in the Senate. To this end, Councillor Gonglo called on Nimbadians to rally behind Madam Edith Gonglore, the lone female candidate in the race. He highlighted her qualification, including her past service as Superintendent of Nima County and her strong performance in 3 previous senatorial elections. Well, let's leave that story and look at more stories this morning. Rod Mining Incorporated shut down for mining illegally. This is on the front page here. We'll take a few lines and jump to our next story. The Ministry of Mines and Energy has shut down all illegal mining activities conducted by Rod Mining Incorporated in Nidoan Town, Gibby and Duro District, Lower Nima County, as well as in Central Riverside. This operation, however, underscores the importance of commitment to regulating the mining sector and ensuring that all companies adhere to established legal frameworks, including the Minerals and Mining Law of 2000. We will leave you there. Butte Mountain Management sets new CBA negotiation smokes peace pipe with workers' union. The management of the Butte Mountain Mining Company and Workers Union are set to embark on a new collective bargaining agreement negotiation. The disclosure was made over the weekend at a close of a 2-day capacity building workshop for the newly elected leadership of Butte Mountain Mining Company Workers Union. The workshop was organized. Kristen, with the completion, it's just right here. We'll take a few lines and we will run to the back page of this paper. Okay, we have it. And it says, by the Ministry of Labor in collaboration with the Gold and Mine and Diamond Mines and Energy Workers Union of Liberia, with support from the management of BMMC. The Gold, Diamond Mines and Energy Workers Union of Liberia is a bargaining agent or mother union for the Butte Mountain Workers Union. It is the national union or mother union recognized by the Ministry of Labor to spearhead workers' activities in the mining sector in Liberia, including the Butte Mountain Mining Company, Western Cluster, and MNG Gold in Boone County. Speaking during the opening of the workshop, Mr. Macaulay Cleo, Secretary General of the Gold and Diamond Mines and Energy Workers Union of Liberia, said that the workshop is intended to educate the leadership of the workers of BMMC on their roles and responsibilities for the next 2 years as the workers' leaders. He stressed that there is a need for union leaders to have the necessary understanding and training about their responsibilities. But let's leave it there. Come to the back page of the Inquirer. 4 charged for murder in Maryland. 4 men have been charged and forwarded to the Harper City Magisterial Court in connection to the death of a local resident, authorities confirmed Friday. The Liberia National Police Maryland County Detachment charged Sebastian Wilson, Joseph Y. Wilson, Joseph D. Wilson, and Francis M. Harris, all 29 years old, with murder, criminal facilitation, and criminal solicitation, and criminal conspiracy. According to the police charge sheet dated March 19, 2025, these suspects have been charged in accordance with Liberia's Penal Code, Section 14.1, 10.2, 10.3, and 10.4, case number HP 64-2025. Authorities say the case stems from an incident on March 17, 2025, when Maryland County Police received a distress call from Rocktown Township Commissioner George Appleton at approximately 3:13 p.m. local time. Appleton reported that a man later identified as Hemming Freeman, a resident of Middletown in Harper District, had been found unconscious along a road leading from Middletown to Rocktown. A team of joint security officers led by Superintendent Frederick T. Smith Jr., Chief Investigator of the Crime Service Department of the Liberia National Police, responded to the scene to assess the situation. Upon arrival, police confirmed Appleton's report and detained 8 individuals for questioning. During the negotiations, police informed the suspects of their maritime rights to legal representation. On March 19, Councillor Dominic Sean, a former journalist and now public defender at the 4th Judicial Circuit Court in Harper City, was called to represent them. According to police, Councillor 12 initially met with the suspects but failed to return the following day for unknown reasons. While the suspects denied any involvement, 4 key witnesses, Samuel Appleton, Alpha Wilson, Gabriel M. Walker, and John Boleyn, 21, provided accounts of the events. According to police, the witnesses admitted to beating Freeman, leading to his death. Further investigation have revealed that some of the suspects accused Freeman of being a wizard and claimed they were attempting to drive him out of the town. However, in the process of doing so, they fatally assaulted him, according to the police charge sheet. Given the findings of the investigation, authorities proceeded with formal charges and transferred the 4 primary suspects to Harper City Court on a heavy security escort. They have since been remanded at the Harper Central Prison pending pretrial proceedings. Next story, police suspends 2 over Capitol building. Police suspends 2 over Capitol building vehicle incident. The Liberia National Police has concluded its investigation into the unlawful entry and opening of a gray Nissan Jeep without a license plate, which was parked under the canopy of the representative wing of the Capitol building on the morning of Tuesday, February 18, 2025. The investigation conducted by the Professional Standards Division has resulted in disciplinary action against 2 police officers. According to the PSD's findings, Chief Inspector of Police Frank P. Banda, ID 5396, has been suspended without pay for 2 months for unlawfully entering the vehicle, while Sergeant Sam C.F. Kaba, ID number 4248, has been suspended without pay for 1 month for unlawfully opening the vehicle. The investigation stemmed from allegations raised by Yekewa Koluba, who reported the loss of cash amounting to US 25,000 LD 2 million and other valuable items, including 1 computer, 1 iPhone, and jewelry valued at US 2,500. The PSD has recommended further actions, including if any link is established between the officers involved and the alleged theft, the matter should be referred to the Crime Service Division for a thorough investigation. Jack Third, identified as individual who drove the right side driver's door of the vehicle, should be indicted for questioning. An in-depth investigation should be conducted involving individuals seen in the video footage of the incident to establish any connection to the missing items. The LMP reaffirmed its commitment to transparency, accountability, and professionalism in handling the case. We appreciate the public's patience and understanding as we work to resolve this matter with due diligence, the LMP stated in a release. The incident has drawn public attention to the conduct of security personnel and raised concerns about accountability and oversight within the police. The LMP has assured the public that all necessary measures will be taken to ensure a fair and impartial outcome. Simenko holds safety family program for kids. That's our finest. That's not the final story. The final story here, I don't know whether it's a story or it's just been captured at the back page of the inquiry because I'm not seeing
Any caption to it?
here and where it's going to be, but there's a caption that says students protest as teachers go slow for salary increase. I'm told that currently Broad Street is blocked. I don't know whether they have removed the blockade, but they have blocked Broad Street and cars are now, plying that route. People have to use the other streets, and I know it's not easy because the traffic will be really huge for everybody to be using Kerry and Benson Street. You know how the traffic is in Central Monrovia.
So we are talking about the students of the Monrovia Consolidated School System, right?
Exactly, right.
Okay, so that's it. The guys have staged a protest in demand of their teachers' salaries and other benefits. So we hope to get one of our reporters there to give us on-the-spot report as this program continues. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you more developments here on the program from the Print News. Today is Tuesday, and today happens to be the 25th day of March, 2025.
It's about musical. There are crowds in many places. In every community, can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't tell law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human talking, I mean you check. You have a safety. If you see I don't keep it. My part of it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Robbie, what you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, some going deep and deeper. Put it to each key. Without living sense in her.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sigma Compound on the Bourgeois Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512-379, 0777-512-379, or 0777-255-030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
All right, folks. Let's welcome you back, and let's leave the shores of Liberia now and say a pleasant good morning to Gus Colma. Gus, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Esther. Wendell and Esther, you both look splendid this morning. I like the color,
Thank you.
vibrant.
Thank you.
Wendell,
Thank you very much.
man, you feeling better or what?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. That's why I'm here.
Good, nice to see you.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
So let's hear from you, Gus. You listen to
Yeah.
all of the stories, and we've been told there is a major protest right now as we speak by students of the Monrovia Consolidated School System. But there are other news we read, and I'm quite sure you want to speak to that before this protest issue. So you have all the time in this word.
Well, I'm going to start with the last one that's really comical, how they are punishing the police officers who were under instructions from the quote-unquote majority black leader to drill the car door open. You know, those guys was just taking instruction. They just tell you the fuckery, or let me not say that, the foolery or whatever Mr. Coleman is doing. Coleman has no idea what's going on. Okay, his men was on that premises even when the fire happened. His men continue to mend that premises and have no control over what those people, those gangsters, Coon and whatever his name is it Richard Coon? Yeah. Those gangsters, that's Coon and them, are telling them to do whatever they want, you know, and basically doing everything illegally possible on that grounds. Those guys were instructed. There is video evidence. I don't know how you call yourself a professional division. You got video evidence. Those guys were following instruction. As Sebi was saying now, every time those guys are on the grounds, they should not follow the instruction of Richard Coon and his people. That's the only way you can punish those guys. Okay? Because as anybody here, anybody listening, anybody that saw the video, anybody that goes on that ground, knows that all the instructions those police officers get come from those same lawmakers. So how are you going to punish the people for that? Are you serious? But again, tell you the kind of country we live in. People can just do whatever they want. Gregory Coleman, they just left America. They didn't want to do the job in America. They will come to Liberia and wipe that behind on everybody in Liberia. That's just what it comes down to. It doesn't make any sense. Then obviously the protests. The kids got rights to do it. I mean, let's be honest. This is a rescue government, and you will have the likes of Hussein and other people will come and run their mouth talking about, oh, it wasn't like this. No, you came to rescue. We told you guys, this is not 2005 and 11, where you guys have free money from the international community to run government. President Weah ran this country on his own. Some of us reminded you guys of that. You took it for granted. It is not easy to run a government. It is not easy to run a country where everything we do is through concession. Through the concessions, we don't even get 10% of the royalties. How are you going to run a company like that? You can't even run a business. You can't run your hustle. We tell people that, they don't listen. Well, you guys are in power. Run the country. Please rescue our people. You know, you cannot be rescuing them by rescuing yourself. Every day there is corruption scandal. It's corruption scandal everywhere. And then going to the Wash Commission, Bobby Wayfield and those guys and them, especially the finance, or not the finance, the deputy speaker, they're really disappointed if these are true allegations, because again, we cannot continue, because this was under President Weah administration. And if these allegations are true, it's damning. But again, we complain about these things, and Liberia remained the same no matter who was president. People corrupt. I remember LWSC, same guy. We got on him every day. Nothing. What is wrong with this country? That's why the protest, you the citizen are the only one can take matters in your own hand. We want to see Liberia like Burkina Faso. We ain't saying bring army, but we want presidents that will want to do those things, that will want to implement change, that will want to bring development to our country, instead of just pocketing money left and right. Look at Joseph Boakai, an 80-year-old man. We would think would not even care about all of those things today. He would be ruthless. Joseph Boakai could be like a military man, ruthless, because he ain't got to worry about running again. You know, the old man should never even be worried about running again. He should be so ruthless. Put people in jail. We thought that's what he was going to do, but he can't because he's in the bed with them. Those same people were the one that were feeding him. Look, I mean, it's a joke. Then let's talk about the ECOWAS people. Again, look, if anybody, I always tell Liberian people this. One of the greatest things I learned that happened to me was leaving Liberia and going to school in America. Everything that you read, everything that you see, you got to look at it from the third eye. And the third eye is usually implementation, how you look at it, how you see it. You don't just hear it verbatimly. The reason why those people would not recognize that, they're very well aware of changes that are coming, right? What do we have? We have a Supreme Court that's going to rule here soon, right? We know they all have read our Constitution. They know everything that's going on is illegal. This is why they never even respected their communication. We have these arguments, and I just sit there sometimes and listen, read between the lines. You read something, you hear something, the truth is right inside, right there. But it takes certain people that want to sit down and think about how it applies to you. Just like the word ultravirus. Again, the man could come and say this and that. Everybody say, oh, it was confusing. It wasn't confusing. It was deliberate. It was a chance for those people to do the right thing, but they refused to. Guess what? They're now implicating themselves to show the rest of the world that they're inept. You have a whole country, how you call it, justice minister or whatever he is. He cannot even I cannot do those things. So, I mean, we're running out of time. You guys can go ahead and elaborate, but that's what I got to say on that today. And hopefully we wait for the Supreme Court and those young people that are there. Let them beat y'all and kill y'all. Your demands should be heard, and y'all need to continue these type of things because that's the only way these government can listen. They don't listen to people going and talking to them. They don't. When they're on them and Esther and them are here every day, every station out here in Monrovia, Liberia, every day they complain about the people plight. You can see them one day say they're breaking ground for this. They used to make fun of Georgia market. They can see them even break ground for a market. No. So, yeah, man, I hear that. Well, listen.
Thank you very much. That's the voice of our USA panelist, Gus Korma. And folks, I'm telling you, too many things to talk about this morning. You listen to our colleague highlighting the issue of the mediation team that is currently in the country. Yesterday, they were able to meet with the constitutional speaker, Fonati Kofa, and his team of the Rule of Caucus. The Rule of Caucus, that's how they call themselves, the Rule of Law Caucus. They met yesterday with the ECOWAS mediation team. And according to what we gather, the meeting was very, very successful. They couldn't get to the regime speaker because he was not referred to as the speaker. So they said that was not the protocol. When you come to us, you want to talk to us, you refer to us by our title. So how would the ECOWAS people refer to how to call him Richard Kuhn as a speaker, knowing the fact that he's not a speaker? The reason the people are here is to tell Richard Kuhn that, look, my man, you're not doing the right thing. You'll go back in session and do the right thing. We're not saying that Fonati Kofa is a saint. We're not saying that Fonati does not have his shortcomings, but let's follow the legal process. So we'll not be calling you speaker because we know you're not speaker. I will call you speaker, you're not speaker. Then Richard Convey say he want me the people because the people ain't calling speaker. So, I know. So look at what is happening today. on the grounds of the Capitol and other major streets we've been told are being blocked by students of the MCSS because you know the students are there for two things. They are calling on the government to pay their teachers' salaries, and they are also calling on the government to pay to put on salaries those teachers who are not on salaries. You know, you cannot be impacting, you know, you're teaching the people, you're teaching the children, you're teaching them, and you're not getting anything. You are committed to the teaching work, but the government is not giving you any subsidy, nothing of that of such. So they took to the streets today to raise their concern, because that's the only way in the country things can happen. If you made noise about it, if you do something that, you know, to raise the attention or to call on the attention of national government, nothing will happen. You know, so I mean, our country is just going the way it is going because people who are placed in authorities don't want to do the right things. That's why you see today the students has erupted everywhere. People are, you know, Marilyn came to work late this morning because she complained that everywhere was blocked.
Exactly.
So
you know how the town is already very congested. On a normal business, when they're in the morning hours, people can be up and
Esther,
down.
let me
in the
just
main
hold
route.
you. Let me hold you there. I think Aliyu is having some issues, so he wants to make his import this way. So Aliyu, we have you on. Let's hear from you.
Thank you, Mr. Dickman.
I told you about the Chinese thing that you're using. You need to change it.
Look, man.
Good morning, guys. Okay, I will change all the Chinese thing. I'll buy like real products.
Yeah, buy the stand-up ones now.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks for everything. Yeah, to the issue. Yes, the issue about the students they're protesting, I think we stay with them because the rescue mission. This I think that they can be on the talk about education, and today you see students are protesting because their teachers have not been paid or they want salary increment for their teacher, because those people they talk about increasing people's salaries. Like yesterday when I read a newspaper, you see in River G County, Fish Town, in this kind of age, you still see students sitting on the bare floor in classes. You see, when I saw that newspaper yesterday, I was like, wow, this is the rescue mission. Those people just came to enrich themselves. You see, Joseph Bakafio, we the Liberian people, they lied to us.
My man, they're sitting on the chair on fire.
The Makate election, we wait to see how it's going to be. But I was disappointed when I listened to Samuel Koga, one of his political advisors, saying right now the issue about the Makate, it's not about what you have done for the county. Is they looking for somebody who will be outspoken the way the late Senator Johnson were. So nobody should ask what Samuel Koga had done for the people of Nima County. Really, this man has served 2 terms. This is his 3rd term, 13 years, and nothing he can show for. And you say this is not time for what you have done for the county. It's all about who can really stand up to speak for the people of Nima. And when I listen to the Vice President Mimi tries to support Samuel Koga, so this is about tribal politics. That's about tribalism that he's trying to bring into the Nima election. And we wait and see the people of Nima County, how they are going to conduct themselves, because it's that Samuel Koga, he has already split the House of Representatives, so they want to carry to the Senate to do the same thing. Today, he's dishing out money in Nima County. All along, why you couldn't dish out money, but now? So at the end of the day, tomorrow, he will tell you that he bought your vote. And they see lawless that he's carrying on in the House of Representatives. That's why he's going to carry to the House of State. And the ECOWAS people that came for the mediation team, I see people talking why they don't want to recognize Richard Kuhn. Those people didn't get their education back and let's go graduate or getting that degree through the windows. These are sound and educated people. If they knew that Richard Kuhn was the Speaker of the House of Representatives of Liberia, the country, they were never going to come there as a mediation team. They know Rachel Kuhn is not the speaker, and they know tomorrow they expect you to hear from Supreme Court, and you expect them to come and say that to say Honorable Richard or Speaker Kuhn. No, if they knew he was a speaker, they were not going to come there. So we, the Liberian people, we should think The way we get our education, everybody got their own different way. The issue about Representative Kolubaka, and just as those people who went they drew the car because they were under the instruction of Richard Nangbeku, this act of gangsterism, those people they are carrying on in the majority bloc, I don't blame them because we get a president who came to power and he decided to undermine his own government by taking certain lawmakers, putting them aside, burning of capital, illegal removal of speaker. All of these things we blame Joseph Boakai 100%. You see those gangsters and hooligans, how they are carrying our country today. You see the other video of one Mazayan or so assaulting and slapping that old man in your face. You can do anything in Liberia now while you get support from the executive. This is so sad for our country. Thank you there, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. That's the voice of Aliyu Masale and the police officers that were suspended. All right. One was suspended for 2 months. So let him go to the man who instructed him, who gave him the order to break into Representative Kolubaka in 2 months because he would be suspended for 2 months without pay. Then the other guy would be suspended for 1 month without pay. So, you know, Richard Kun can pay them.
Of course.
Richard Kun got the money to pay them.
Now, with all of that, Wendell, my question is still, there were items on the Koluba claimed to have been missing from his house.
So this is what the investigation said. The PSD, which is the Professional Standard Division, they conducted, you know, the investigation and recommended that these guys be suspended. All right. So now the case has been transferred to the Crime Services Division. All right. They will do the rest to see how best they can get all of those items that Yeke listed that were taken away from his vehicle or was in his vehicle. So that the CSD now are waiting for what would be their findings from their investigation. Then we'll know.
Interesting. But in Wendell, it boils down to the entire issue of understanding the rule of law and all of that. Do you know that there are police officers that are currently working and they do not really understand the law? They don't understand these things. They don't understand where they're supposed to stop. They don't understand how to even interpret the law to the people. Do you know that we had an issue in my community where there was a lady in the house and her time was overdue, and the person who had the house took her to court. So her time expired, for example, February 28th, and then on March 1st, the lady was called concerning the rent. And she according to the information, she was about to leave the house, right?
Okay.
And then she was asking for at least
a month,
2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, not a month, 2-3 weeks, you know, to be able to leave the place because she had already paid for a place and they were just doing a little work on that place.
Okay.
And so they were going back and forth, and the person said, "No, I cannot give you time, you know, and all of that because I didn't give you notice." And so at the end of the day, it went to the police station window. And then the police told the person who was occupying the house, the tenant now, that in fact, when you are leaving someone's house, the person is supposed to give you at least a month. You're not supposed to pay. And that's what in the public window, which is not true. Window, the landlord does not have to give you a month. Each month you spend in our landlord's house, you have to pay for it. Because the government did not build.
So are you telling us that
it is only out of the kindness of your heart you can say, okay, I'm giving you 1 month, find a place and leave my house, but it is not binding.
It is not mandatory.
It is not.
Okay, we see.
And some of these police officers don't know it. People have gone to court with this issue and they have lost. Do you know that?
We hope Quebec Councillor Sion can call in and tell us about that because that's a legal issue.
Right.
Because we know that most time when people is asked to leave a place, they give you a month, you know, to find a place to relocate. All right, but according to you, it's not mandatory. It's not a law. It's not legal that I can speak to. So we hope if Councillor Sion is listening or any lawyer out there listening, your call and tell us because we're not legal people.
No,
laws were made
Of
for
course.
legal
And
people to interpret them.
And people have really been running with this window.
Mhm.
Even the police, they are running with it. Because you go to the police station and say, but you gotta get a person 1 month according to the law. And which law says that?
Okay, so
It's funny though.
and
So-
I'm also told that it is mandatory, but it is mandatory that every police officer is supposed to have a driver license. That's
Okay.
why that's another argument we get into. I don't know whether it is also on our laws that every police officer is entitled to a driver license. But we're just passing through. Let's get to our talking
Yep,
points.
of course.
The protest issue.
Yeah, I want to speak to that on the issue of the protest. You know, it just carried us way back to when people like us was in high school, during Madame Salif time, where I'm talking about when I was around 5th grade, 6th grade, you know, around that end window, where government school students would take to the street, go to various private schools window,
and disrupt
extort
classes.
students.
Yeah.
Not just the disrupt classes when there are people get hurt. They stone the buildings, whether students are in it, they don't care. And several times people have gotten wounded from different schools in this town. This is not something that we want to go back to, Wendell. It is sad that we have these students in the street. They are not in class because I am told that the teachers from these various schools put their trucks down since Friday. So they went to class on Monday and there was no teacher to teach. Today, Tuesday, same thing, Wendell. And these government officials have their children in these very private schools. You are not the only person who got your kids in private school. There are private citizens who also have their kids there. And these kids' lives are at risk because if these students are not just, you know, blocking the street, if they start to use the old method they use, you know, it is going to cause chaos. People are going to get hurt in the process. And we do not want that.
Okay.
So if there were promises that were made, because I'm told there were promises that these teachers' salaries are going to be increased. There are some of the government teachers who are just teaching and their names are not on payroll window. They do not get pay from the Ministry of Education. I do not know how they survive, but they are there teaching window in the Leeward counties, even in Central Monrovia. There are teachers whose names that are not on salary, and they are hopeful that you know their names can get on the payrolls. There are some people who are still receiving monies, and they are not.
People don't want to pay the people. That's why.
So it is really sad that you will make promises to people that you will not fulfill. And these are civil servants. These are people who are impacting the society. Teachers are the most important professional people in any given society, because without teachers, we would not be where we are today.
Thank you very much. Without teachers, we wouldn't be to where we are today. So says Esther Daku.
Right.
And on this note, we'll now, get to the phone lines. Those of you listening, you can call in and make your contribution. It's unfortunate that the WhatsApp line is deactivated. So those of you who are listening and you want to join the conversation from outside Liberia, we have a tentative number that you can use. +231 886 500. I'm sorry, that's +231 886 421 371. +231 886 421 371 is the tentative number to use. So we'll take calls now, and let's go to the phone lines and take this caller. Hello? I'm fine. Who's this? Oh, this is not the number to call. This is the wrong number. All right. This is not the number for the show. So, Francis, you can call us on the numbers we are about to announce, and then you can make your contribution. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. The numbers to call. The female line 0770297016. Let's take this caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, let's hear you in a minute. Your name? I'm fine, thank you. Go ahead, Johnny. No time. Let's hear you in a minute.
Wing, People is waking up with no hope. So it's sad. Knowing that this something is really in there. The other guys don't know what he's doing. I can't believe that we wake up one morning, president, and get the killing, have to roll the country and get agree to it. There's nothing is really working in this country, Wendell. We are living in a country with fear. People, if a foreign minister or someone that is responsible for the fiscal department of the country can come out and say, we go on our knees and pray, we are telling the entire foreign minister to a prayer bank. Of course, it's something we do now. Our brothers from the FCS are protesting. Let all of these people know that are in class. How are they going to say the word? Can you imagine? You refuse to pay the teachers. You refuse to put the voluntary teachers that we are already made clear that when you get it, you make all of them to be happy.
Okay.
You said you do the best. So take them. Working in this country. And it's still standing, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Johnny. Let's talk to this person. Good afternoon.
How you doing, my dear brother?
I'm fine, thank you. Let's hear your name and take your 1 minute.
Yeah, let me say hi to Esther and our brothers in the U.S. On the issue of this tenants and landlord, landlady.
You care to tell us your name?
Hello?
You care to tell us your name?
Yeah, this is Edmond Carr.
Okay, Edmond, let's hear you. 1 minute.
Yeah, this is Edmond Carr. Business when you come to this thing, but they want to tell the law with its course. That is the reason why.
Hello, Edmond. Oh, Edmond, I'm sorry, we didn't cut you off. Let's talk to you, this person. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, bro William. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Let's hear your name quickly.
Good afternoon to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora that continue to make their contribution on this show to make sure that Mama Labrador gets better. This is the people's governor for district number 10. I'm so I say the incoming for our district.
Okay, that's good. 1 minute, Edmond. I'm sorry, Donso, we don't have much time.
Yeah. Okay, let me stop it real quick. Yeah, we want, hello?
Yeah, we are listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. We want to say this to our lawmakers. You see, when division come in our country, or when division are among you guys who will call our elder in the house, the division are among you today that we let you to represent or that's supposed to do the rightful thing. Failure on your part to do what you're supposed to do. See what is going on now. I just shared tears not too long. Can you imagine? See our brothers and sisters then lying down all the quota. All children that have passion to learn are supposed to go to school to become future leader tomorrow. See where you guys, because of your division, the provision, see why you are led the country to become, if you are together and working together and perform some of the idea for which you're representing or perform in the Google idea, then you think our sisters and brothers will be all on the street that day. But see what is going on. We pray that you guys see reason to really come back together, because this is not a way for this country to go. Mama Labrador is all we had. That was more. We continue to pray for this nation. This thing should continue to be like it. Okay. Because not coming before I wrap up. It's not about coming to the student and seeing that, oh, I hear why you say, no phones and your bank keeping for which your bank camping for hotel to hotel. It's about time now for you to really make sure that you're settle some of the children that please that don't pay the teachers and the children go back to school. Thank you for the airtime.
Thank you, Adonso. Thank you very much. And those of you calling, you have to be patient. We're taking 2 more calls and then we'll go to the comment section to give Esther the chance to read out some of the comments. So if you are not patient on the line, then that's your business. Let's take another person. Hello? Good afternoon. Let's hear you. No time, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to Man CC to take 1 minute. Hello?
Yeah, we know, Baba.
We fine, Man CC. Let's hear you. No time.
Yeah, thank you. This is
Mandela Esther and boss in the diaspora. No, just take you in there. I have two issues. I suspend, but suspending the police that went and break into you get called back for vehicle. So I want the police to be calling Betty Cool. He didn't need to do all that because he gave the mandate. Why they suspending the police? The people were there and they see I did I want to send the police to go over there and bust into the matter. Why want to suspend the police? They're not right like that. When they're not right. They're not going to say cool. He didn't want to do that thing. They say police man. This is point where they'll be on lawmaker. Because lawmaker has seen they want to point where the police don't know about that. So for me, I see no Russia inside. And I call cool. So when you son of a what happened? Everybody know they're saying for it. Then they leave the police and they jail for they run the police. They just do all that. They were taking money from Russia cool. Who they call speaker in their pocket? The place called money for the issue about children. I was in school right now. We're talking about safety right now. We're talking about pussy school. I was doing the police teachers all time. They said, we're going to do everything for our children. They were telling person, we are, you don't do anything for the children. But we'll talk about do everything we'll do everything. The police are two nothing no more. What's going on in the country? We're not saying nothing. Nothing going on. Everything's speaking.
Okay.
The super good. What's going on? So you don't call the Richard Kume,
What is you
Why you call, what is super glue thing coming
So
from?
the police people too now, they know the law. The police people now.
Well, I think she calls super glue, hey, woman, yeah. Let's take Ma Helena. Ma Helena, welcome to the show.
Good
Yeah,
morning,
welcome
ma.
to the show, Ma. Yeah, we're fine. Thank you. You have a minute. We don't have time. Let's hear you quickly, Ma Helena.
With that, I just want to say thank you. We thank God, thank you for all of you. With that, this thing we're drinking, this thing we're drinking, that good thing, who get traffic so much, I'm expecting to be there, and you are still not inside. Good thing, if I bring war in our country, and for nothing will not move. That what I want to tell you. Maybe hearing me on air. In hearing me, for nothing will never move. You disgrace yourself. You said that you disgrace. What are you become speaker before them will call you speaker? You looking at speaker friend? I'm being a director. Don't try. You don't try.
No, ma'am.
Students.
The old man, y'all get told. The old man, yeah.
The students.
All right, man.
Talking on what we did. When we were talking, we saw the MCSS children talking all kinds of things about Joshua. I didn't know say Bata was fooling them. Yeah, today rich. That the same thing they enter to your thank you, my children. God bless you.
Thank you, Esther. We got to get to the comments, but let me take this call and come back to you. This person, hello. Yeah, man.
You know, yes, people. And the last time when God is on this country, he made a sweeping statement by saying, going to be stubborn. Nobody going to be below 150. And check with President Uyao. People salary, but at the time, they sometimes specific. What number you're going to be carrying up to the particular time? So which institution? When you think in that statement, they started running all over our same person. We have to increase people's salaries. Yeah. The last time teachers were put on salary during our time. Yeah, we were put on salary. Teachers, students are protecting for salary being increased.
Okay, Edma. Okay, Edma, we have to leave you there. We're so sorry. We got the comments. Let's take a few of them. Let's go to them quickly.
Right, we are here. G Rally Pin says, watching you live from Chinese Cold Storage Mizo Community, Pinsville in Monrovia. Thanks for the show, Gus Comer. Welcome back, Wendell. And we have Ralph Cooper says, watching from Denver, Colorado, USA. We have Gay Caesar Divine Grace Bryson Jr. says, good morning, guys. I'm following from Old and New Matali Junction. Aliyu Masale says, good morning. I'm watching. We have Cecilia Masakwe says, watching from Norway. We have Kay Kati passed away. She says, good morning to my favorite people. It is funny I am here and still not catching the show on time. I'm saying.
Yeah, no, right.
Right.
Yeah.
And Christian David says, good afternoon. I'm watching from People City, Maryland County. We have Limel T. Wea says, good morning, Freedom FM. I am watching live from Kinjor. Vanny Conan says, good morning, family. Darlington Rule says, good morning, watching from New Georgia Estate. We have Tommy Johnson says, I'm watching. Clarence Dwyer says, good morning, Window and Esther. Darling Daku. I am Clarence Dwyer watching closely from Katumu and Joseph Boaga Resto situated in the most talk about district of Ball Bounce Rule change downtown Monrovia. Only you know the places though. In Montserrat County, we have Stanley Sherry says one of Emma Bad leadership achievements at University of Liberia honor her leadership. The first fisheries college was constructed at the University of Liberia. If not politics, she would have remained. And we have Morris T. Pye says, good morning. Why are the students from a government institution protesting? And we have Moba
Yeah, we'll
Beza
come and answer
says,
that question for you.
thank you, sister and brother. We have Peter Lynn Peter. She says, good morning, family, following from Congo Town. We have Jonathan K. Baller says, good morning, my freedom family. I appreciate every effort you guys are making or to get us informed on a daily basis about our country, Mama Liberia. God bless you all. We have Musa A. Sharif is following you live from Sophie Congo Town. Clarence says, if the majority Black members elect, they should leave their various districts instead of boycotting ECOWAS mediation meeting. The law should be the law. We have Augustine Geflor says, good morning, Freedom FM. I'm following you guys from Delaware, USA. Bwaka government is a lawless government. Nothing they will do better in our country, Liberia. And we have Abraham B. Kuman says, I'm Abraham Kuman. I joined a conversation from the Office of the Islamic Youth for Intellectual Exchange at the Iron Factory Community. T. Edmond Twe says, good morning, my Freedom family. I'm watching from Minnesota. And welcome back, Wendell. We have Darlington Kwe says, I beg my...
Big yo.
Imitating
Imitating
my Lex.
Oh my, you see it's big up there though.
I'm saying. All right, Wendell. So far, these are all the comments we have.
All right, so folks, want to say a big thank you to all of you. But before we go, I'd like to say a big thank you to, look, they may what they call Fonati Kofa, that man.
I'm saying
Fonati Kofa is a man. He's a respecter of the law. That's why I got so much admiration for this man. I'm telling you. See the way the man conducting himself. Can you imagine yesterday the way how the man received the delegation? They went to the meeting. The meeting was so fruitful. They had a wonderful discussion. And I want to say kudos to you, Honorable J. Fonati Kofa, Speaker of the 55th Legislature. And I want to say thanks to you for always, putting the law first. So, folks, we got to go, but let's get to Gus so he can close up. Comma. All right. Comma is muted. So, folks, we'll be here tomorrow for the midweek.
No, I'm not. I'm here. Sorry.
Okay.
Wait now.
All right.
Don't go too quick.
Let's go.
You can't go nowhere. The people, the roadblock. Yo, thank you again. Again, to the students I'm watching, the students are doing very well. Continue to do what you have to do. Let them go ahead and brutalize you, because in the end, the whole world is saying that Liberia cannot even manage their own children, let alone their House of Representatives. Thank you guys again for getting up and putting up with us and the rest of the Liberian people. Keep doing your job. Your history will remember you guys too. Thanks.
All right, so we say congratulations to the national soccer team of Liberia. Yesterday, they beat Sao Tome 2-1. And I would say kudos to the national team. Jeremiah couldn't get in $10,000. So that big team, I do. All right, so folks, we'll be here tomorrow by God's grace on the midweek edition of the show from the Print News, brought to you by Crime Stoppers Liberia, Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road, Smart Road Junction, and Mayuba and Sons Incorporated. My name is Wendell. On behalf of the entire crew, join us, God's willing, tomorrow.